What's good? What's good? What's good to the people? Good afternoon. Back at it. Dame Dash is back at it again, man. Shout out to the whole family, 718 Second Take family. Um, I don't know. Like, is Jay-Z doing shady business or is Dame Dash jealous? I don't know, man. I'm starting to think Dame is jealous, man. I fuck with Dame, you know what I mean? But you know I'm Marcy biased. But I'ma still keep it a beam if a nigga wrong. Dame just got a lot of shit. Yeah, it's like you got a problem with everybody right now. I don't know what it is. You're a smart, businessman and everything, but it's like sometimes your personality can sway people away. You know what I mean? After a while. Definitely if you don't have full control of what you're doing anymore. But you know me, OGBAZZ, we here to talk about it and hear what Dame gotta say about Hove again. This one might be interesting. Let's get to it. Hit the likes, comment. Let me know if y'all think Jay been doing shady business or Dame jealous.
You brought up Beanie Sigel. Do you feel like Beans should have been bigger than what he hit? Because I do remember seeing an interview with Jay and they, everybody
what happened with
Beanie
Beans?
Sigel was going to be like the next.
Wait. What happened?
Huge thing.
I'm gonna tell you. What happened with Beans was we had set up the clothing line. I sold my interest in Roc-A-Fella, and we were gonna do the movies and do everything, and then he just went with Jay when he came home, and that up a lot of money for me. I've heard interviews where he says he didn't know these things. I'm like, he definitely knew these things. And then when Tom, I keep forgetting his last name, but they went around my back and talked to Beans and told him he should be making clothes more like Rockwear because sales wasn't. And then he did that record with R. Kelly, and he was like, it wasn't Beans, it wasn't State Property Beans. So I just felt like Jay tricked him so he wouldn't take over. Because Beans was like, I can't say he wasn't like that. He's, regardless of what has happened, he was about that life. He was like that. Like I've argued with Beans and be like, damn, now I got to fight Beans, but I would have to if we're going to do that. But it never came through. You know what I mean? Like, if you run in the crew, no one could. You got to fight whoever steps up. And Beans was ferocious, good rapper, but I got sick of going up to jails and trials. I had to take a jet just to hand him over to the feds. It's traumatizing. I had to, I let him stay in one of my cribs, a loft in Tribeca for his house arrest, so he could work. It becomes family, funerals, all type of shit, B. It's like, it's a lot when you're ahead of a certain kind of team. But I do think definitely he could have. That's what I always said. I say, homie ruined his life because he was going to be bigger than Jay. Cam was going to be bigger than Jay. Kanye is bigger than Jay. Pause.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Like
For real,
every one
man.
of them would have had Kanye success. I promise you that. And it can still happen. And now that Bleak and I see his work ethic, I think he did his big one too. I really do. That's what I regret. I regret not understanding Bleak and how his superpower. His superpower is his loyalty, not his rap. It's his loyalty.
This could be you. Trading rush hour for happy hour.
That was a
Sipping
little.
Pinot
I
Grigio
don't
so
know.
good. You
I
start speaking
I
Italian.
fucks with
No
Cam
matter
too,
where
but
you
we
are.
ain't gonna
Come
say Cam was
made magnifico.
bigger than Jay. He was gonna be bigger than Jay or Kanye. Like, come on.
You mentioned being there for Beans. I know he was going through his
Stop
trial and you were
playing.
there all the time.
Stop playing.
Yeah.
All right, Dan.
What was that time like for you?
Please.
And what was
It was tiring. Every day, new suit, van. I was the first dude with a van before Sprinter. So we take the van with the peanut butter guts, with the Roc-A-Fella all in the headrest, and we go to Philly.
Dame like saying he was
You know,
first
sit through that trial, go walk through, you know, make sure he felt supported. Then I have to go home and then come on back. But every day I would bring back a different Roc-A-Fella. So I was like, if y'all don't support him, I'm not putting your records out. Because we're supposed to be a family. So to me, like anybody I get money with, then, you know, like even Oskino, I had to go to, get on, stand for him or whatever. All of them. Petey Crack, Petey Crack was supposed to be El Plaga, not Noriega, but he caught a bid. It was supposed to be Petey Crack. I used to be arguing with Petey Crack's management. There were some Italians, you know. Now I didn't even know, you know, I heard the mob was heavy out there. I don't know if they were mobbed up or not, but it seemed like it. But I'd be arguing with them.
What did you think when Beans and Jay started going, or well, more when Beans started going after Jay?
I wasn't surprised. Matter of time. I was like, yeah, I knew that. Because when he said he was going to rock with him, I was like, let's see how that goes.
Because Beans seemed to be really upset that Jay wouldn't vouch for him when he was on trial to get bailed out.
Yeah, I was upset about that too. That was some sucker shit to me. We were all upset about it, bro. Nobody was jacking that.
Were you surprised? Like, was that something that,
you know, Jay's cold, man. You know, that thing that happened with his father, you know, just breaking out, you know, when he was young, I think that's really made him very cold. So, like, when he was young, and he tells the story, you know, his mother told him that his father didn't want him no more. And I think his father was very close to him. So I know how close I am to Dusko. So, you know, if I ever would have just said, I don't want you anymore, that would kill Dusko. It would break his heart. Any one of my kids. And he actually lived that. So I just think he had a certain kind of trauma that's, you know, made it where he acts a certain way toward people.
Damn.
Yeah, I felt, honestly, when he told me that story, I was like, damn. Because I got kids. So I thought, that sucks. And I think that him up.
Right, yeah, he's talked about it in quite a few songs, man. You know, we've
yeah, you know,
niggas,
the shot his own brother. Like, I would never shoot my bro. That's some cold shit. I don't think he tried to kill him. He shot him in the arm, but it wasn't anything that he needed to get shot over.
Damn, man.
And this is something he talked about in his records. No chatty patty shit, but you know, I know his brother. I mean, I knew his brother Eric. He's loud, very loud, and annoying at times. You know, no disrespect, Eric. I don't want no beef with you. Pause, but you definitely were funny to be around. But he didn't deserve to get shot. It was like over a chain or some stupid shit. I was like, you shot your brother over that?
Yeah, that's wild.
So my point is, he's cold. He's cold-blooded, cutting, conniving, and you know, he you know, the thing with the Tavio is, for some reason, 2 days before the interview, he disappeared, and so did the other kid, whatever his name is. They both did. If we would have spoke, we could have actually articulated the right way that we wanted this to be launched. But they did know I was going to the Breakfast Club, and that kid Dante, whatever his name is, he knew that I had a statement that I was putting for the Tavio, but I wanted to talk to him to make sure that we said the right shit. But I don't have time to move at their pace. That's why they broke. They move slow. They do their business different. And I think they're not that bright. I think they're stupid over there. I think the way they approach their business as it relates to media is dumb. And, you know, I just think it's very, I could double their numbers in a hot minute. We have why wouldn't you? You know, the thing is, even with like a Netflix, they were losing money and they still got to raise $1 billion every year, which is meaning they're spending someone else's money, but it's fine. They're in, the debt till they make it back. They just got a lot of cash flow, but at least they're making content that they can leverage later. You know, it's different verticals, and I don't think they stimulate them. The approach on their business approach to me, I could make that $400 million in a hot second. You know, they make no money on linear. They're not even Nielsen rated, so their linear doesn't mean anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't even get ads for linear. It's all programmatic. What am I doing? Programmatic. I get the full CPM. They got to go through a middleman. So if I can look at their engagement and see what it would do with our programmatic, it would probably be double, triple. Okay, but why wouldn't they want to rock with that? why wouldn't the bankers getting their money, so they don't care. But the thing is, that's all they make is enough to pay their loan, allegedly. But a lot of these are public things, so it's like people just don't read.
I don't know, man. Dame doing a lot of crazy stuff where he now he in the interviews with, you know, one of 50 ops and stuff, he's saying he's gonna do the Supreme series and everything like that. Like if Dame, if you're not letting Dame do business with you, he gonna talk about you. That's what it's seeming like. I ain't gonna lie, that's chatty patty shit. Don't like chatty patty shit, man. I'm from Harlem. You should know that. You from Harlem,
Yeah,
you
that's
should
no
know
good
that.
if you
I'm
only
from
making
Brooklyn,
money
I
just
should
to pay your
know
loan back.
You broke. But that company is doing that. iHeart, again, I'll say allegedly, but I was looking to buy that company because iHeart is about to go bankrupt. You'll see.
The video.
So I'm like, I could take, again, I'm not gonna buy it with my own money, but if the numbers make sense, but they got too much debt.
You say you spend your own bread.
None of them make money, bro. I'm the only one with no debt, and they call me broke, and that's why I'm upset. That I'm like, Charlamagne, you're teaching these people wrong. You're bankrupt shaming me, and you're teaching. That's the reason why black people don't file now. Who got more debt than black people? So when I go to file, the lady that's doing all the work is telling me no black people files, all white people. Black people be too ashamed, and it's the best thing for us when we need a little help. 50 filed. He filed 11 because he had too many assets. So his assets were worth more than the debt. So you can't file. I had no assets, so I could file. Or they're gonna liquidate everything. But again, those are all startups. So go ahead, liquidate them. Every company in my family office is a startup. But all the money that we make goes into the business. We don't want any loans. I don't want. If you got $150 million loan, you're broke to me. So again, the people you keep calling billionaires and rich, they all got a lot of loans. They cannot stop working. They cannot relax. The reason why I can sit on a lake and I don't have to show up anywhere is because I don't owe nobody no money that loaned it to me. I just owe the government in judgments. They got to pay a nut every year or they're going to lose shit.
Yeah, also, but if they getting $150 million loan, obviously they probably got the $150 million in their account too to be able to pay that back. So you can't look at that like they broke. Niggas is just, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They trying to do their thing off somebody else's bread that want to be a part of it and make money with them. You know what I mean? Like, that's just like a credit card. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go buy something for $2,000, you should have the $2,000 to put it right back. You know what I'm saying? Else you don't do that. You know what I mean? That's not how credit works. But I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? It's seeming like Jay is Jay. You know, he ain't perfect. You're not perfect, Dame. But I feel like it's a little jealousy and all that. But make sure y'all put in the comments what y'all think. You know what I mean? If Jay shady business or is Dame Dash salty? Let me know. 718 second take. Y'all got y'all second take. Put that in the comments. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. Dame gonna keep going at it. You know what I mean? I just want to see who he gonna actually do business with. You know what I mean? He did a lot of great things and he did a lot of salty things. You know what I mean? As you can see. But shout out to him. Shout out to Cam Capone News. Make sure if y'all want to go see the full video, y'all go check that out over there. Just keep pushing. You're gonna keep pushing. You heard? You know the deal. Wake up early, stay up late. When it comes to 718 second take, y'all can all relate. I don't know. I hope y'all can relate.